Hey guys, it's such a warm monkey here, and you're watching 3 versus 3 Siege of Acre. This is an attackers versus defenders game, and I'm gonna start from in-game just to show you what it looks like starting out. The objective is for the 3 attackers to try to get 45 units in here. Usually they just hang out here for 45 seconds straight and then they win. But in the last minute, it becomes sudden death. So if 45 units get in, they instantly win. So let's start with the defenders. Player 4 are the Teutons, and they're the Teutonic Order. And player 5, they are the Italians, and they are the Hospitaller Order. And player 6 are the Franks, and they are the Templar Order. Most of the units are pretty much the same except for the unique units. There's only slight differences between each one. So the Teutons have high melee armor. The Hospitallers have high pierce armor, and the Templars have high attack. So if you compare these two, you can see that the Templars have more attack. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So their crossbowmen for all 3 players are pretty much the same. And you can train villagers, and there are some resources. So there's like stone here if you want to repair castles and gates. There's berry bushes here, food, and you start out with just a small little farmland here, which is right near the enemy. And this is supposed to be an orchard. The pikemen are the same for all 3 players. They're basically the same stats as the enemy pikemen, but they just look different. Same with the swordsman. Same with for all 3 players. But they do have one more pierce armor than attacker swordsman, and they look different. Crossbowmen, I think I explained that already. They're the same. They have 11 range. In fact, all of the defender units maximum range are 11, except for player 4 if he decides to make Welsh bowmen. Then they are 12 range. And they're basically longbowmen. All of the ranged units have a lower rate of fire. So crossbowmen have a reload speed of, I'm trying to remember if it's 5. And archer units, archer types have a reload speed of, I think it was 3. And then horse archers have a reload speed of 3.5. So these have the slowest reload speed, but the highest damage of those types. Defenders do start with 4 trebuchets. They are not replaceable. You cannot train trebuchets out of the siege workshops or the castles. They do have 50 range for defenders though. And when they deploy, their attack is ridiculously high. And the knights, so this is a Templar knight. It's the same deal with the foot knights as the cavalry knights. The Templars have high attack. The Teutons have high melee armor, and the Hospitallers have high pierce armor. I have to fix this. I don't know what's going on here. Now I heard someone make an onager. You can only field 1 at a time. So once you field your onager, the training time increases dramatically. To the effect of you can only have 1 at a time. So when you lose the onager, the next one will start training again. And now we've got the battle. Trying to see if I've explained. Oh yeah, ships. Well, I'll explain that later. But the battle has started, so I'm going to switch to capture age. This is what the whole map looks like. See, the ships are moving slower. It's a little more realistic. They're more like ships instead of like Speedy Gonzales guys. Now there is, you know, there's an interest for the defenders to see how long they can protect these poor farmers, because the attackers have camps. One camp here, another camp here, and another camp here. And there is a battle going on. And I'll talk about the attackers when there's a lull in the action. Look at these. This ditch is supposed to be an irrigation canal. But hint, hint, I just wanted to make an obvious line for the attackers when they want to build siege works, because that's the maximum range of the attacker trebuchets is 45. You can see how slow these crossbowmen fire. 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 Meanwhile, the cavalry archers, pretty slow too, but not as slow, obviously. Fire. Fire. Just a slight edge on the crossbowmen. And look how far these archers are firing. That's 12 range, but 8 damage, so very weak. Good for the defenders. They protected their farmers a little longer. Here come the onagers to try to swing the tide of battle. Now, let's talk about player 3. This is his, what kind of cavalry is this? This is his Karanis Lancer. So, Karanis means a unit or a person that used to be Mamluk serving the previous Sultan. So they're still pretty elite. So they have Karanis Lancers and Karanis Horse Archers. You won't see any Karanis Horse Archers, I don't think, except for the starting Horse Archers. So while the defenders are distracted here, it looks like the green player is going to attack this point. The red player is actually like looking at... He left some ships around. That's interesting. I didn't notice that. So... the attackers can also only field one onager at a time, but instead of having to train them, they always come off map. So when an onager is destroyed, it just gets replaced from off map. So you can only field... You do have... you want to keep it alive because it'll be close to the front, because it's going to take a long time for it to come off map and back into battle. So that's what you want to do. And then the attackers have broken the northern gate. Looks like there's some Shota warriors here. These are Ajnad swordsmen. Same stats, basically. Ajnad swordsmen. And also broke down this gate. This is the outer gate of St. Anthony. So we're already taking down some gates. Lots going on. So look at these trebuchets. Look how far they're firing. They are wildly inaccurate firing from this far away. But if you have vision as an attacker, let's do this. If you have vision as an attacker, on the actual target, they will be more accurate. And you can actually fire from this far. Because their line of sight is only 12, the way I made it. Let's see what's going on here. Siege Rams trying to take out some tents probably, but I don't think it's going to work out. This is the normal way to do it. They are much more accurate. So technically more effective the closer they are. But obviously they're not, they can't fire from the protection of like your siege camp. Alright, it looks like we are pinging. The attackers have decided we should move our ships. Let's talk about ships for a second. Fire ships are fire ships. These are actually fire galleys because historically they still used galley style ships during this era. But these war galleys are actually renamed to war ships, and they've been made melee units. So they have 0 range, and they also have high damage but slow rate of fire. So basically they're like battering, like ram ships. They use their battering rams. The reason why we're just hanging out here is because you can capture towers and you can capture gates. So if 10 units hang out here for 15 seconds, then they'll capture this tower. And then it'll basically become our allies' tower. I didn't want to make it so that you personally get it because you can just delete the tower and then like it's gone. So now we're flooding through. Player 1 is flooding through with his swordsman. Same stats as the defender swordsman, except they, you know, 1 less pierce armor. Now where are they going? I don't know. He could have captured this gate. If he left 10 units here, he would have captured this gate. But he didn't, so whatever. What's going on here? So, player 3 captured this tower, and look at that. The defenders can capture the towers back. So if they hang out here for 10 seconds, just like the attackers did, they'll just take the tower back. So that's how I tried to make it as realistic as possible. You saw the moment that the accursed tower fell. That was the accursed tower. It's gone now. And I forget the name of that tower. But some of these towers have been renamed. And a lot of the main gates have been renamed too. Actually, all the outer gates have been renamed. Now look, this tower is ours now. This is player 8's tower. And if you get a trade cog as a defender into the harbor, then you'll get extra money. Oh no, that's a ballista ship. I'll explain the ballista ship. This is a ballista ship, so you can see that it's a Portuguese caravel. It's got 12 line of sight, 6 minimum range, and 30 maximum range, and a super high damage. Like super high damage. So it skewers enemies. You saw that? It does so much damage. It's pretty cool. I'll show it later when it's in full action. But oh, and the speed of the projectile has been increased to 15. Like it's just really fast and awesome. And it, just like a scorpion, it passes through enemies. So you can like skewer this line if you had a ballista ship on land. It would just skewer this line of infantry like it was nothing. Like cheese. They'd all die. There's a slight lull in action. Oh, what's this? So look at this medieval style fighting, all close quarters. There's a slight lull in the action, so let's talk about the attackers. I haven't really talked about them much. So each of these fortified palisade walls do cost 1 stone. You can't just spam them. Thankfully, there are stone mines that have been, well, there's a stone mine. If you do want to make, you know, these have been made stronger. There's 3,500 HP for the fortified, 1,750 HP for the regular. These do not cost stone, so there is a reason to pick regular palisade walls, they're weaker but don't cost stone. But still strong. And then the fortified palisade walls do cost 1 stone, but they are stronger. Now they're gray because all walls, even these walls in the city, all walls do not provide sight, so they turn into Gaia. So this yellow one will eventually turn gray. And interesting enough, just look at this. So suddenly green cannot see what blue's doing. Blue can't see what green's doing. This player, who is this? Orange? Orange can't see what his allies are doing. It's because it's nighttime. So let's see what this looks like in game. So this is what player 5 sees. So at 30 minutes left, it becomes nighttime. So at nighttime, you lose your vision of your allies, and then as defenders, you even lose the vision of the towers. So that's the effect nighttime has. This was inspired by Invictus's map, his own siege map, Into the Breach, and I liked it, so I copied it. So this is what gray sees. For the defenders, it's not as big of a deal because you're still in the city. The most that you can't see is maybe if your ally goes in Sally's, or, you know, this is Montmessart, this area, and you can't really see Montmessart. But in general, in the main part of the city, you can see. Or if there's like naval action going on. So like player 5, what does player 5 see? Player 5 can see this. Hospitaller. So this is Hospitaller Knight. Hospitaller Knight. Higher pierce armor than his allies. Now that we know about the division, we can go back to OBS. There's more ship action going on. Looks like the defenders have they still have control of this tower. That is a problem for the defenders. They should try to take the tower back. The trade cog. The reason why the defenders get a trade cog, they come from all the way here. There's transport ships that haven't used. And if you're able to get them to this inner harbor, then the defenders will get resources. I'm not sure I explained this already, but if trebuchets have vision of the target, then they'll be more accurate. Like, they already have high damage, so there's a reason why you would want to do that. Okay, let me explain how the attackers actually make their army. Small tents train villagers, and these right-facing big tents are levy tents. So if you look at who is this? What player is this? Player green. He's got levy tents. Yellow has levy tents. Levy tents train the weak but cheap units. So the pikemen, the tawashis, the swordsmen, and the bowmen. So this is a bowman, have 12 range, only 8 damage. Pikemen, same stats as the Crusader pikeman. Swordsman, same stats as Crusader swordsman, but 1 less pierce armor. And then the Tawashis are stronger, but not as strong as Crusader infantry. They're more expensive, of course. That's your regular swordsman. So you can get up to 220 population as attackers. Um, and each tent provides population, 5 population. So you're gonna want to make a lot of tents, not just to train a lot of weak units, but also for population purposes. The attackers do get special tents. They have one royal tent, which is the left-facing big tent. I mean, it's an elite tent. They can train their more powerful unique units here, and an imam, which is a monk. And they get a mercenary tent, which is you can train your scouts and your Ajnad swordsmen here, which are swordtail warriors, and a unique horse archer per player. And then you have your siege tent. You can make a maximum of 6 siege rams and as many siege towers as you want. And as far as onagers go, when an onager is destroyed, it comes from off map. So you want to get your onager to the front and keep it alive, or else you're going to waste time trying to get it back into battle. Might have explained this already, but the defenders only get one onager also. So it's more about the actual brutal fighting than, you know, onager micro. They do still make a difference if you look at what's going on here. Looks like the attackers have pushed the gate of St. Anthony, the inner gate, making progress at nighttime. Hard to do. Let's take a look at a more general view so we can see what's going on everywhere. Defenders still haven't recaptured their tower. So now you can see that the defenders have a thriving market economy, trade carts. Sometimes as the attackers, sometimes the defenders can land and raid this economy, or flank through the marshes over here. These are marshes, and raid the economy. That's a good idea. You know, you can do whatever you want as defenders, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, that's why I put these irrigation ditches here, so it's a clear line. Because your trebuchets, your attacker trebuchets, can hit the inner walls from this far, from all the way over here. But not as accurate, of course. A bunch of sergeants coming out. Cheaper, weaker, but faster. So they are perfectly used here for the raiding and killing of trebuchets. So this is a very good raid from the Red Templar player. Now, these are sergeants actually, but they've been renamed to Norman Infantry. You can get these from your transport ship reinforcements, like that. But you can also get these from your town center. So, Red lost his town center. I missed that. That's kind of annoying. That's sad. But I believe Green landed some siege rams here and beeline for this town center, which was a good move because it took away population. Oh, it looks like he's going for more transport ship run. See how this goes, actually. This seems like a more important moment. Wow, this is so cool. So you can see ballista ships in action, 30 range, super high damage. Ooh. Oh no. Are these ships gonna make it? Okay. Oh no, is this ship gonna make it? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, look at all those rams. Imagine if that didn't make it. This was a good run from Green. He should break this house if he wants to shortcut through instead of like... Oh my gosh. This was a good landing from Green. Yeah. I like the whole medieval close quarters style fighting. So the defenders can recapture this tower. If they just put 10 units here, they can recapture it. But they probably didn't know that. Yeah, this is more interesting, actually. That's probably how green got the town centers the first time. So I was the yellow player, and I was paranoid of enemy raids, so that's why I put this wall here on the shore. But you can see the siege works have finally been basically completed. You can see now it's hard for the defenders to try to raid the attackers. So I'm just paranoid of enemy raids. The trebuchets have taken down all of the Crusader castles. So you just never give up because you always get these free trebs and they're always really strong and they come to these rally points. So player 2 yellow's rally point is there, player 3 green is there, and player 1 blue is there. And you know, you just keep getting to use them. The defenders can't build trebs, but you know, they outrange the enemy trebs by a lot, and it's easier to keep them alive inside a city. Now I do care more about the tents now, and that's why we're trying to lower the enemy population. So the defenders have 180 population max, so they lost 20 in these castles already, and they can't train foot knights. So that's a loss for the defenders. What's going on here? I think they're taking this tower back. Let's talk about ballista ships for a second. I think I explained these already, actually. We'll show their power later when the attackers get closer to the city. We're already starting to breach through. So we've taken the gate of St. Anthony. This is the gate of St. Anthony. You're gonna want to stay on this bridge because it's higher ground. Trying to poke a hole. Blue hasn't, because he lost so many trebs, blue hasn't made much progress here, so we're gonna try to take the other way, which is over here. Let's talk about yellow, which is player 2, and that was me. These are our Sultaniya Mam... Oh no, these are just our Ajnad horse archers. Ajnad means free, voluntary, come to fight for the jihad, or whatever. I think you still get paid a stipend. I'm not sure, I'll have to research that, but it just means they're not Mamluk. They weren't slaves. They weren't conscripted, not levy. They are volunteer. Bowmen, you can see their 12 range in action. And you have your, these are, what is it called? Let's find out. Kasaki Lancers. Kasaki means the Sultan's elite personal bodyguards. So that's why these have the highest armor out of all of the cavalry on the attacker side. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Nothing much is what. So you get Kasaki Lancers, and then I didn't really train Kasaki horse archers, but they're basically Kotyan Khan hero units, which are armored horse archers, similar looking to the Kashyyyks, but not obviously. And then player 1 can make Sultaniya Lancers, which means Sultaniya means in service to the Sultan. Oh look, the attackers have captured this gate. So 10 units have stayed here for at least, I'm not sure if it's 10 or 15 seconds, and captured the gate, so it's our allies now. Oh, what happened? Oh, did the defenders capture it back? Defenders captured it back. There must have been units over here in this area. But doesn't matter, there's a hole right here. The attackers are pushing through. So as I was saying, Sultaniya, they also have Sultaniya horse archers, if they wanted them. In service to the Sultan, but not his personal bodyguards. I'm not sure I already explained the Karanis earlier, but I'll explain it again. if green decides to make units out of his elite 10, right here. Oh, he's making the Ajnad swordsmen, which are basically Shotel warriors. Ajnad means free, so there's Ajnad everywhere. Ajnad scout, Ajnad horse archers, Ajnad everything. But if green made his elite cavalry, it would be the Karanis lancer and the Karanis horse archer. I really want to kill this onager, and I did. The Karanis means in service to the previous sultan, but now serving the current sultan. So they're still really strong. Now the differences between them are the personal bodyguards, which is yellows, have high armor. The Sultaniya, which is blue, there's elite units. The Sultaniya Mamluk Lancer, he has bonus versus infantry and protection from anti-cavalry attack. And then his horse archer, I think he's just like a good horse archer. Sultaniya. And then for the Karanis Lancer, he has one range on his Lancers, which basically is like a step Lancer, you know what I mean? We're gonna capture this gate. There's just so many men here. This is gonna be our gate soon. Unless they leave, which it looks like they did. I'm killing these barracks though. Ooh. Are we gonna see the ballista ship in action? No. Now, if player 5 just moved his men over here, he'd capture that tower back. But he didn't. Also, he's not using his transport ships, which is unfortunate. Some sergeants and... oh, those are transport. It's... ooh. Dang. So, Siege Workshop's gone, no more onagers for you. Also took out the eastern gate of Montmoussart. Because historically this area is Montmoussart. Oh, and we're killing tents. So we want to reduce the maximum population of defenders. Oh wow. The navy battles are real. I think it's still nighttime. Let me check that. Oh no, it's daytime already. So yeah, I'm helping with this naval fight. This is a big naval battle. What is this? These are transport ships. They should use these. Okay, so the defenders finally have naval superiority, which they did. Historically, they had naval superiority. Which is why I give the ballista ships to the defenders. Oh wow, look at that shot. Did you see that? Woo! It went pew! And that's so cool. So the defenders have naval superiority. Wow, he has not used these transports this whole time. That's gonna be a huge surge of units. So you get your mercenary troops. These are Norse infantry, and their cool thing is they're fast. And then that's player 4. Player 5 can make what's his cool thing? I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Player 5 has Venetian infantry, which has a charged attack. So these are Venetian infantry. So they have a charged attack. They look cool too. Man, they're gonna massacre these guys. Oh my god. That was a power spike of reinforcements. Holy hell. And these trebuchets are coming in. No, 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 no. Oh boy. No wonder I was wondering what my allies were doing. Oh wow. Oh, these trebuchets! Oh lordy. Oh my god. The horror. No wonder we didn't win. Oh, spoiler alert. But let's see. Yeah, we're really pouring through now. Let's take a look at it from the point of view of defenders. So, Wow, I think he didn't move his trebs this whole time, and he just realized that they're there. Alright, green taking out population. Yellow trying to protect his trebs from these crazy-ass super fast Norsemen. And then, I didn't mention it, but player 6 red, he gets Norman infantry, which are basically sergeants, the Sicilian sergeants. I think they're the same stats too, not changed at all. Alright, defenders, how much do you have to work with now? Defenders, red Templars have 80 max population. The orange Hospitallers have 75 max population, and the gray Templars have a whopping 65 maximum population. Wow. So, I think I will now show this from in-game, because this looks cooler. Because it's a more intimate game now at this point. Alright. So, let's see what's going on here. We're looking from the point of perspective of the red player. We're seeing all of our stuff get destroyed. Talking about ballistic ships and how cool they are. Okay, you might see it here. This has 30 range. The freaking badass. Come on, man, just fire, just fire. Ah, he's not gonna fire. It would have skewered this whole line of troops. So, defenders lost almost everything at this point. Towers have either been captured or destroyed. Castles, all of the barracks are gone. The archery ranges are going down. Arsenal Harbor Gate is being taken. This gate, this is the Arsenal Harbor Gate. Arsenal because the siege workshops are over here. Ooh, trebuchets trying to see if they can run away. We can feel the victory as the attackers, because we have... Little do we know, there's this much stuff. Oh my god, look at this. Swordsmen and Norman infantry and crossbowmen and Venetian infantry ready to make a last stand. Norse infantry, Hospitaller knights, sergeants. What is this? Is it like scout cavalry? There's even scouts here. Is the last fight. Oh, what is that? Oh, this is the ballista ship. Look at this. There's like a fire. Doesn't need to. Oh, did you see that? The ballista ship gonna fire over here. Oh! Oh! Wow! Did you see that? Oh my god. That ballista ships are pretty good. You gotta kill them. You can't ignore the navy as the defenders. Oh, trebuchets taking down the gates. Nice long range. Here comes a rain of stone. All right, that is cool looking. You gotta admit that looks freaking cool. It's like how trebuchets are really supposed to look like. With their slower rate of fire. It used to be a 30 rate of fire. Like much slower. But people started thinking that the trebuchets were bugged and not working. So I lowered the damage. It used to be 1500 damage and 30 reload speed. People thought it was bugged, so I reduced it to like 700 damage and a 15 reload speed, which is only slightly slower than your regular. Kaboom! That looks cool. You gotta admit that looks cool. I should have bombarded this shit. Let's see. Navy ships. Getting close. Getting close to the end here. I don't like this counter trebuchet. I don't like it at all. Trebuchets, what am I trying to do? Am I trying to destroy this gate now? Yeah, I am. Damn. I'm wondering where all of my allies are as the L player. I probably didn't realize how much damage that that Sally from player 4 Gray did. Here comes more Templar Knights reinforcement. So Sergeants and Templar Knights. This is, you don't get these normally in reinforcements, but this is your last 5-minute reinforcement, and they can make a difference. They look super cool. What a waste. Look at this, these transport ships not doing anything. And here are this is my navy trying to take out these annoying ballista ships. Come on now. Die! There's a little naval action going on there. Didn't really do much, did it? Oh, Witcher Killer trying to... Oh! Oh! Look at those ballista ships! Oh! Oh! My god! Jeez! So good. Here's me, like, losing all of my trebs. This awesome Sally from the Templars. Yeah. I mean, there's only, like... I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, 3 more minutes left, but... Allies are not doing much, man. Just gotta say. Oh, they could have gotten more food. How much resources? Maybe I need to reduce the amount of stuff. Yeah. I don't think food or anything was... Look at this! Resources have never been an issue for the defenders. Never was an issue. Look at this. Holy hell. Hey, but historically, it never really was an issue, actually. It was more about the number of men, because the Crusaders, the Templars, the Hospitallers, and the Teutons, historically, they were able to easily control the sea, just as we see here. They were able to control the sea and supply the defenders. That's it. Look at the body block on this. That's an amazing body block. I have to think about how easily the defenders are surviving. That's the issue. So, this is the body block for the win. I couldn't get in. He didn't even destroy this gate. I thought I cleared the ships here, but I guess they moved. I didn't realize it. Crusaders, it's nighttime, and I'm realizing we can't win. There's just no way. Even with all of we've done. There's even more reinforcements. Like Orange just realizing, yes, actually I still have cavalry. And yeah, that was the game. This is the game. The body block prevented the attackers from occupying this for an instant victory. And the Templar Citadel holds. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.